New from Eureka is 1989's Casino Raiders, which sees Alan Tam, who plays Sam, and we get Andy Lau, who plays Crab. Two guys that are, well, brothers of a sort, not related, but they have grown up in the business of conning conmen, almost gamblers, people who try to skirt the system. They take great pleasure in taking down. They have a kind of fun back and forth relationship. As we jump into this one, we seen Crab being released from prison, going to meet his friend and doing a kind of con of sorts at the start of this one. That just ingratiates you into the fraternal partnership of these two men as they kind of, you know, get back together after a stint in prison and fall into the old ways of working. And it's one of those movies in the late 90s that kind of fits into a lot of tropes of the Asian films of that time. It fits into heroic bloodshed. It has this romanticisms all the way through as these two men are put through the ringer. And for the most part, it feels a little bit aimless in the way that it moves through its plot. Not that it doesn't have one, just that it doesn't seem to be the main focus of the film. We focus a little bit on Crab, a little bit on Sam, we have a little bit of a romance, detours through part of the film. We have a rivalry with some Yakuza at some point that's going to come back. We see some violent situations that are arise. We get some fun montages and some out there sequences, particularly a birthday party sequence in a bar, which is, yeah, baffling, but really kind of interesting. And of course you get to the finale of this one, which a bunch of these films rely on, a terrific gambling sequence where all is on the table, everything is high stakes, and we're waiting on something to magically appear. Of course it ticks all these parts off. It goes through the motions of the kind of tropes, like I said, but at the heart of this one, you've got Alan Tam, you've got Andy Yao, Sam and Crab, two people that are good together on screen. They bounce off each other. You feel that kind of friendship and bromance that's going on there, and you can kind of tell where this movie is going to go, because there's going to be a little deviation for the characters. They're going along their path, everything is wonderful, and then one decides to go straight, go into business, be a good guy. The other one ends up in a sticky situation, gets injured and finds himself really drawn into the criminal world. And from that point on, you kind of know where the movie's going to go, you know, bringing these characters back together as they have a foe to join forces against and battle. I really kind of like Casino Raiders. I liked it because it kept surprising me. For a Wong Jing movie, it stayed remarkably at one tone. It felt rather serious, a little bit playful in certain moments when we're getting to know the characters, but for the most part the stakes definitely felt real here later on. I loved the adversarial nature. The over-the-top meanness of the bad guys was pantomime wonderful, in the way that you just, yeah, you want everything bad to happen to them. And that finale of the casino sequence, the gambling sequence, was just perfect. I really did enjoy that. It's a movie that's a little bit long, at 125 minutes. It drags things out at certain moments, particularly the romance between Sam and his affair. It has a remarkably interesting ending, which I won't go into, but the final sequence was something that I'm torn on. If you've seen the movie and you know the final scene that I'm talking about, I would like to know your thoughts on that one, because that was unexpected. Try to keep it vague for you because I don't want to spoil too much. So let's just dive into the extras for Casino Raiders and see what it has to offer. Here we are in the disc for Casino Raiders. we have the original Cantonese mono audio. We have a commentary with Frank Jeng. We have a second commentary with Mike Leader and Arn Venema. Martial Cards is Mike Leader and Arn Venema talking about the idea of martial arts and card movies, gambling movies coming together. It's 29 minutes, 11 seconds, and it feels very conversational as they talk through this kind of sudden explosion of violence and gambling in Asian films. Heroes, Guns and Gambling, an interview with action director Billy Chan, is 17 minutes 49 seconds. He talks about working with Wong Jing, creating some of the action for this film and how he worked with the main stars and had worked previously with Andy Lau and his experiences with him. Then we have the theatrical trailer, which is 3 minutes 27, and that's the extras for Casino Raiders. There we have it. Casino Raiders, out now from Eureka. I would say yes, it's an interesting Asian film. If a lot of what I said, gambling sequences, violence, the bromance, if all that kind of ticks the boxes in your world, I would say definitely pick this one up. It's worth checking out. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so let me know them in the comment box below, where I can have a conversation with you about this film. As always, there is more content up here where you can see more of my stuff if you're interested. And in the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.